this video I'll show you how to replace the crankcase ventilation valve, aka oil separator. This should be replaced as a kit with all 4 hoses. It's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the valve itself right here, the valve. So don't replace just one hose. This is the common to fail. Just do it all at once. So we're gonna pull out the intake manifold, so we're gonna replace the intake manifold gasket as well, and we're gonna replace both intake boots and the vacuum lines that are on the way also. Start by disconnecting the MOV sensor, taking out this clamp, then we go to remove this air duct. It's the clip right here that goes up. There you go. Take it out. Same one on the bottom, already broken like a million times. So yeah, this is what's left of it. Take this thing out. Then we're removing the air box. 2 10mm nuts right here. Now we can easily remove the air box. Disconnect the boot, lift it up, and angle it, and here we go. It's the whole thing. Then we're gonna remove the cabin filter assembly. Take the air filter, cabin filter out, which is very, very dirty. That's where the wires go. Right here. Take them out. Take this out. And here's 4 Torx 30 screws. We'll take them out. I'll show you how to pull it out. So the screws are out. They're in this assembly right now. And what you're gonna do is like lift it right here and take it out. So they're gonna stay in here. You don't need to take them out. Put it aside. Alright. What we got next is removing those covers. Separate the job for 2 work areas, right here and right here. So in this area we disconnect this hose, which we're gonna replace. We'll take out this oxygen sensors connections and take these pins out from the fuel rail. And also cut the zip tie. Disconnect this sensor. You can see this is really brittle. This is the cover for the hose. Should be soft. So probably was never replaced. Disconnect this connector. Next thing, tricky one, we're gonna remove this wiring harness for the fuel injectors, and there is 2 brackets on every injector. Like what you gotta do is press it like this. I then push it back and remove the second one. It's one bracket but on both ends. This is side. Remove them all and lift this thing out. All of them out, and then we freed these holes of cover because it's gonna be on the way. Then we're gonna replace it. So you just lift it like this. Got only one left in here. The rest is right there. So you got your magnet handy in here. And take them all out. I'll take one out just to show you how it goes. How to put them all in. Here it is. These things. And how you put them in, it's like hold it like this. Put it this way in here in the groove. Kind of slide it here. And that's it. So the next step is what I recommend you is someone put the bulb the wrong way. Disconnect the battery. What we're gonna do is I'll put just a boot cover on this hose. Take this hose out. Take this loose. Take this out from here, and I'll just let it hanging in there. Took this nut from here. It's 19 millimeter. It should be this way, not how it was like this. Funny thing. And what are we gonna do? Just put it the holes. It's a positive cable in the rubber boot, so it doesn't touch anything, and be safe. And we do not need to disconnect the battery in this case. Alright, put it somewhere over here for now. Alright, the next step in here is to remove 4 bolts from the fuel rail. Two in the back. The next thing is to lift this up. Before we do that, we'll clean the area from this trash in here. It's like this is the cover that goes around this hose. So we take it all out. We'll take our brackets for the fuel injector connectors, put them in, and lift this up. I'll show you how. To remove, we cleaned it out a little bit. To remove this fuel rail, you can try to lift it like this. It's not gonna happen. Then I would recommend you to pry it against the bolt, not the valve cover, because you'll break it. So you'll pry it a little bit against the bolt. Here you go. So this side out. The last injector usually comes out. So the fuel rail removed. It also has clips underneath, located on the intake manifold. So you just kind of need to reach it down and take it out. There's not a lot of room in here, but it's possible to do. or you can disconnect it when you lift the intake manifold out. As for now, we have like the better access for the bolts of the intake manifold, which is 9 bolts in here. It's actually nuts. And we'll continue with this side. So what are we gonna do is remove this hose. It's a brake booster hose. You'll see why later on. This connector from DISA valve. DISA valve is 2 Torx 40 bolts, one underneath here and like right here, and another one is right here on top. You can see that easily. Torx 40. Taking them out. Interesting. Some made up washer in there, and the upper bolt wasn't tight at all. Okay, so next thing is remove this. As you can see, it's been kind of like they tried to repair it with some stuff, but it didn't really work. Cheap repairs never work. So we're replacing this boot. I'll just tear it apart because I don't really care about the bolts. Then disconnect one more. This is actually the upper one. Those 2 clamps should be facing in the same direction upwards. So this one for some reason facing downwards. Whoever worked on this car before didn't really know what they're doing. Yep, it's disconnected. Let's put it out. Put both clamps on it. So you're not gonna lose them. And put it right here. Now we can remove the DISA valve. Oh man. The O-ring. They messed up the O-ring and put like another one right after it or something. So as you can see, there was one, or it's just a one O-ring. Interesting. But this works. Maybe need to new O-ring in here. Okay, the next thing, I'm gonna remove this boot, and most likely the clamps facing downwards, so you kind of need to reach underneath here with the screwdriver and take this out. Before that, we'll take this brake booster hose out of the clamp, just pry it out. And move it. Be careful with this hose. It has all the intentions to break. Gone. It's a new brake booster hose. wasn't easy, so I can understand your struggle. The next thing is we're gonna disconnect this connector for the throttle body in here. Take this out and just press, and good idea to pry against it like with a screwdriver. A little bit, and it goes. Here you go. And then we disconnect this 10mm bolts in here. This is the first knot. The other one is right here. That's the bolt. And the last one is right there. It's kind of hard to see. You can only feel it. Right here. So now this thing is free. We're gonna disconnect the dipstick. It's 13mm. Gonna use a small extension in there. Before we fully took out the bolt over there, it's a good thing to disconnect one of the crankcase ventilation hoses. If you can see, I can barely see it, but I can feel it. It's right here. It goes to the dipstick. Oh, I see. It's out from the valve. Holy crap, what is this? Yeah, it's completely gone. So you can see it right here. This is the end that goes to the valve. We'll take it out later and I'll show you the condition of the hose. It's like really bad. So okay, now we're taking this knot out, this bolt, 13mm here. So we can move the dipstick right now. Disconnect the idle control valve connector. Once again, it's push and slide right here. So we'll take this whole thing out. So we're gonna free the throttle body bolts. It's 4 bolts over there, 10mm. We're gonna loosen them first. This is the one. Second. The third is kind of tricky because this wire assembly is still here. And we'll just take this one out because it's kind of the hardest one. This is the bolt right here, long one. And the last one on the last corner. Right here. So we'll take all the bolts out and nothing else holds it. Just take the throttle body out of the way. Number 3, and the last one. Right here, and as you can see, just kind of fell down. Just take it out. It's not that bad, but still needs cleaning. Move the throttle body. We have clear access to the bolt right there on the intake manifold. It's a 16mm. Just put this all there and take it off. It's a 16mm nut. Don't worry, if you drop it, we'll lift the intake manifold later on and take it out. I'm gonna reach it. Yeah, here she is. Alright, next you take this purge valve and disconnect this hose from it. So it's like push and take out. We already did this. And I'll put this back where it belongs. Next thing, we just take this 9 nuts out and pretty much very close to the lifting up the intake valve. So we took all the bolts out, all the nuts, 11mm nuts, and we're ready to lift the intake manifold. Also disconnect this connector on the back in here, the secondary air injection valve. It's right here, it goes all the way in there, but it's kind of on top in here. As you can see right here, this is how this hose looks like, and this is not how it's supposed to be at all. It's rubber hose. Okay, so this hose broke right here, so we'll just get another one and replace it. What we're gonna do here is gonna replace these vacuum lines, all of them. They all cracked. This is broken. We're gonna take the valve out, which is T25, T27. Thing is dead. Two Torx 25 or Torx 27 bolts. I'm using T25. Flip it. I'm gonna take the intake manifold gaskets out. break the connector because we're gonna replace it anyway. Same right here. Right against it. That's it. Out. This is the last hose. Don't even bother to trying to take it off normally. It'll just waste your time. You're gonna replace all these hoses, so no need to do that. Out. You know what? Here's another great thing to do. Like this. Take this hose out. It's brittle, so brittle. Look at this. Crazy brittle. Alright, I'm gonna clean this out a little bit, replace this vacuum lines, and take the idle control valve out, clean it as well. Install it back. Alright, so we got the new hoses right here. I'll start with this one, which goes right here. Like you see this hole. And want to leave it here for a bit. Then this hose, remember the really brittle one with the cover? That's how soft it should be, the new one. Alright, so we put this hose right here first. And then I'll put it in. So it's fully pressed in. I use a hammer a little bit. Not much, just a little tap right here and on the other side. That's it. And then I'll put this one in. Click. Then we go upside down. We're gonna install the valve. Goes like this. Same Torx bolts. And then we're gonna install this hose. Oh, we can do it right now. Alright, let me install the valve first. 25 millimeters towards this. Might be 127. Yeah, it's 25. Then this hose, this end, like 120 degrees, goes in here. The other end goes to the valve cover. And last one, most common to fail. I recommend you to install it on the valve first and then to the oil pan. So we got our intake manifold. Just face this hose right here, and the bottom one can move it, but you will need to route it like underneath this coolant transfer pipe and to the dipstick right there. Take a closer look. Right here, it goes right here. Here's the dipstick. Alright. Alright, let's put the intake manifold back on. First, I'll take this wire, let it go right here, and right after that I'll put it all the way here. Remember, it's our boot, it's not the wire itself. Yeah, here it is. So we'll keep the boot on. It kind of sits right here. Don't let this hose go right here. You need to keep it on this side of the oil filter housing. See? Remember about the button hose, might be the alternator wire sticking in here, so be patient. Alright, here you go. And yep, it's all in place. So after that, we're gonna put this nut right here, 16mm, remember, first, and we're gonna tighten all the 9 nuts over there on the intake manifold and continue putting it back together. The intake manifold in, all the bolts are tight. I put this a little connector in here, so a little bit of nut in here, and the hose is right here. But we're not gonna put it in yet. So now we're gonna install the fuel injector line right here. It's 4 holes, 10mm. Thing is dead. I'll take it out. I got this in. Next step is just to press it in. Make sure all the connectors facing forward. And just like this. Take this hose out of here a little bit. This connector in. So the rest is not really big of a deal. Just put the throttle body in, the intake boots. The important thing about the intake boots, when you're gonna put the intake boots in, let them face forward. This way you can reach it from the top when tightening. And the same one right here, both of them. So this way you will have no struggle to take them out again if whatever happens. Both of them facing forward. This goes first in, and then this one. With the new boot, it's going to be flexible, so it's all fine. We're going to put the throttle body in. My advice, you'll put the first bolt in here, find the hole, and tightening it, and then another one will go on this side, so it's going to be stable, and you can easily put the bottom ones. I'll show you how to do that. How I'm going to do that. Put it right here with the bolt and find the hole, screw it in a little, and it stays. And I just need my 10mm. Once again, it's in the hole, it's in the thread. Yep, it's in. And another one, the simple one, on the other side. See, it kind of rotates. So you find the hole, just fill it. Alright, so started a couple times, let the system work. Pretty stable, but it's still a little bit of hesitation, but that's because of the brake booster hose that broke. We just taped it in for temporary, and we're gonna replace it pretty soon.